Near Chasiv Yar, a Gaz 66 4x4 military transport truck hit a mine. The crew quickly abandoned the truck. Then, a Russian FPV drone slowly approached the truck and destroyed it with a powerful explosion. In Zaporizhzhia, Russian Molniya drone operators destroyed temporary deployment points of the Ukrainian armed forces. Reconnaissance drones first revealed the positions and recorded their coordinates. Then, aircraft-type UAVs struck and destroyed the positions one by one.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
The result of the missile attack carried out by the Iskander M missile system on the Ukrainian Armed Forces training ground near Davydiv Brid in the Kherson region. This is the same attack that the Ukrainian ground forces wrote about today, claiming that security measures were taken in time when an airstrike warning was received and that many lives were saved. The footage shows no safety measures were in place. Personnel were conducting training exercises at the training ground during the attack. The following were lost as a result of the attacks: approximately 11 vehicles, up to 75 personnel, killed and injured. An air defense crew equipped with a Terran-type interceptor unmanned aerial vehicle. In the direction of Zaporizhzhia, the Tu S-3 Akatsia self-propelled howitzer was detected, but before that, the crew, who had spotted the drone, was shot down. The crew tried to escape by running, but the FPV drone caught them running. The self-propelled howitzer was then destroyed after being hit by several FPV drones. This is how Russian artillery destroyed the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces in the direction of Zaporizhzhia.
Угломер 57-12, ОФ-25 полный, навести, зарядить.
Наведено, заряжено.
Орудие, выстрел!
In Sumy region, a Turkish-made Kirpi-2 armored vehicle used by the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed. The Kirpi-2 is a mine-protected armored personnel carrier produced by the Turkish defense industry company BMC. It is an improved and modernized version of the first Kirpi. It is used both by the Turkish armed forces and by many countries for export. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Arrival of several FABs from UMPK at Ukrainian armed forces positions in the settlement in the direction of Pokrovsk. Artillery of the 29th Brigade of the 200th Brigade of the 200th Guards. All volunteer army hit an armed forces of Ukraine concentration area in the village of Bogatyr. After a direct hit by artillery, bombers of the 11th Guards Air Force and the Air Defense Army also hit the target with 2 FAB 500s. Intense drone attacks continue in the direction of Toretsk. Today, drone attacks in this direction destroyed the shelters and mortar positions of the Ukrainian armed forces one after another. Ukrainian armed forces infantry attempted to hide among trees to evade the drones, but Russian operators executed agile maneuvers, striking their targets without colliding with the trees. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the contributions of FPV drones to military operations in modern warfare in the comments section. A sailor from the 382nd Battalion of the Sever Guard Regiment, together with Ukrainian Armed Forces soldiers, destroys a position by approaching it with grenade launchers during the liberation of Kurilovka. In recent months, the Russian army has continued to establish a buffer zone in the Sumy region after liberating the Kursk region. An archive image from the time when the Kursk region was liberated. Aircraft-type attack UAVs of the 14th Independent Guard Special Forces Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed Ukrainian Armed Forces bunkers in the village of Otradnoye. Drone attacks continue on the front line. Konstantinovsky direction. Ukrainian Armed Forces vehicles were spotted in a wooded area, and a camouflaged pickup truck was hit first. Then another truck equipped with a REB system was hit right next to it. The REB system was unable to stop the Russian drones because it is ineffective against fiber optic drones. Russian drones continue to destroy Ukrainian equipment. The infantry of the Ukrainian Armed Forces are camouflaging something, but I don't understand what it is. What do you think they are camouflaging? Could it be a machine gun? A Russian FPV drone is approaching and destroying what the infantry is camouflaging. The Russian FPV drone was about to ambush when suddenly an ATV motorcycle appeared. The drone quickly got up from its seat again, but the ATV driver had already noticed the drone. The Ukrainian Armed Forces ATV was destroyed in the Konstantinovsky direction. Russian Garans visited the Lyut military unit in Stepanivka, Donetsk Oblast, and effectively destroyed the place where the soldiers were hiding. A soldier with the DIM call sign single-handedly demined a road in the SSO area, opening a passage for Russian troops. The footage shows the deminer using a metal detector, a measuring tool, and his own hands to find and remove explosives left by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. At the same time, DIM received a shrapnel wound, but was able to leave the blast site, inject anesthesia, and continue demining. In the Pokrovsk region, equipment and weapons of the Ukrainian Armed Forces are systematically destroyed by Russian fiber optic drones. A group of operators from the UAV unit of the 114th Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 5th Guards Army is striking Ukrainian Armed Forces equipment and personnel in the direction of Vremivsky. UAV operators of the 35th Combined Arms Army Eastern Group struck a Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV checkpoint in the South Donetsk direction. An FPV drone operated by a fighter jet from the 68th Reconnaissance Battalion of the 20th Motorized Rifle Division carried out a precision strike on equipment abandoned by Ukrainian soldiers. A Ukrainian armored personnel carrier caught fire after being hit directly in the cabin. A 120mm mortar shell fired by Ulyanovsk paratroopers destroyed a command and observation post belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces on the right bank of the Dnieper River in the Kherson region.
Миномет! Выстрел! Миномет! Выстрел! Внимание, мина! В стволе! Миномет! Выстрел!
Kharkiv direction. A repeater antenna has been destroyed. In the Kharkiv region, another T-64BV tank belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed by the antagonist FPV group. A joint operation by an Irkut regiment and a drone crew with the call sign Khan from an Allied unit resulted in the destruction of the drone control center of the Ukrainian Armed Forces 68th OEBR. The target was identified during aerial reconnaissance and destroyed by a precision strike from a Molnia-type drone. Footage of the operation in Toretsk. The first image shows Russian troops clearing the settlement in the Limansk direction. In the second image, soldiers from the assault units of the 67th Motorized Rifle Division of the 25th Combined Arms Army of the Western Group take part in active offensive actions. In the Donetsk region, a Swedish-made BVS-10 amphibious and tracked armored vehicle of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed. Arrival of a Molnia-type attack UAV belonging to the Russian Armed Forces at Ukrainian positions in the direction of Konstantinovsky. Russian reconnaissance has uncovered the bunker of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The bunker was hit in the first attack, and for some reason, which I can't understand, the soldiers inside came out and preferred to hide outside. I guess they thought they would be camouflaged in the shade of the trees and in the grass. They realized that they had been detected by Russian reconnaissance drones and quickly went back into the bunker. Then the bunker started to be hit one after the other by attack drones. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. UAV control point of the armed forces of Ukraine was found in the Zareknoye settlement. The reconnaissance drone was tracked and the position was revealed. Then the Russian Air Force destroyed the building of the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces with a powerful explosion using Kh-39 missiles. American MRAP International MaxPro fiber optic drones were destroyed in a coordinated operation on the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region. We are accustomed to seeing this situation in other videos. The Ukrainian armed forces are abandoning their armored vehicles and tanks with the doors always left open. Why do you think they are doing this? '36. Units of the United Armed Forces destroyed 3 temporary staging areas and a UAV control center in the Komar region with precision strikes using artillery fire. 20 MSPG's discoveries detected secret movements of ground forces near the village of Katarinivka. The Rubicon unit struck the detected target. Destruction of Ukrainian T-64BV in the Kupiansk direction. A Ukrainian UAV control point in the village of Romashkovo on the right bank of the Dnieper River was destroyed by an FPV drone attack. Kherson direction,